bodyguards during his 1992 election. And I found that kind of interesting because...
Oh, like maybe they were silenced? Maybe they were meant to be killed?
Exactly. And I also saw the footage of those tanks with the flames coming out of it. That was just ridiculous. You could actually see it.
It is amazing. I mean, who has more dead bodies around than Clinton? Is it amazing the amount of people that have died around Bill Clinton? God, I wouldn't want to be his buddy.
Just start counting them up.
Oh, I mean, it goes on and on. Everybody that speaks up against Clinton ends up dead, folks. And I keep asking myself, Ron Brown, what did he know?
You have to wonder.
Dale, hello.
Mancow, love your show. How you doing?
What's going on? You're going to tell me that Psycho Steve is a complete loser moron?
Yeah, he is.
We already all know that.
Oh, how can he be the sports voice of Chicago if he doesn't even know what position Probert plays? He said defense. He doesn't play defense. Probert's always been a winger, and he always will be.
It was a mistake, man.
Man, that's
we all make
too bad.
mistakes. Don't we all make mistakes? Honestly?
His mama and dad.
Honestly.
His mama and dad.
Honestly. I mean, you were born. You were a mistake.
No, your mom and dad, Steve, made a mistake, didn't they? Huh?
Yeah, right.
Tell me you shouldn't have been in the receptacle tip.
Well, that's a good point, but I'm here, so you got to deal with it. Suck up and deal with it.
It's time now for the Daily Hum Job. This is a song that will drive you insane. You will hum this all day long. Turn off your radio now or be tormented all day. And now, Mancow's Morning Madhouse gives you a hum job.
Let's hang on. We've got. Let's go, girl. We got a lot. Got a lot. Hang on. To what we got. Let's hang on. We've got. Let's go, girl. We got a lot. Got a lot. Hang on. To what we've got.
Sorry. The Morning Hum Job from Mancow's Morning Madhouse, Rock 103.5, Chicago.
There.
Good boy, Rex. That's Rex. I haven't always owned him, but you wouldn't know what to look at him, would you? Rex belonged to a neighbor down the street, a good friend of mine. And Rex is an even better friend. Then my friend from down the street got sick and had to go to the hospital. They had me filling out forms 100 ways till Tuesday. And all the while he was sick, Rexy boy stayed with me. Now, the doctor said my friend wasn't going to get any better. Rex and I became really close. And as our master-dog relationship grew, my friend got better. Rex would tell me how he didn't want to go back to my friend. Then my friend got out of the hospital. Rex had to go, but he kept on calling me, wanting to come back. That's when I found out about Pine Acres Cemetery. They have low costs and easy payment plans, and the most beautiful surroundings. So I killed my neighbor, and Rex has been the happiest thing around. Heck, we're getting married next April. That a boy, Rex.
Pine Acres Cemetery.
Come here, give me a
Do it to someone you love.
So I sat right next to her for like 3 months, right? And I didn't even see her. I mean, I saw her, but I didn't notice her. And then one day, I look over, and all of a sudden, she's like really, really hot.
Maybe she checked out Close Time's Buy More, Save More sale.
I couldn't believe it. It's like, how'd that happen?
Close Time has the hottest looks. Everything from cute little skirts to dresses that leave very little to the imagination, to those cool new polyester tops.
So I stare at her with my mouth open like some kind of brain-damaged dweeb.
Buy any 2 things and save 10%. Buy any 3 and save 20%. Buy 4 and save 30%.
She smiles at me, and I try to say hi, but it comes out more like, huh?
The coolest styles from Bongo, Smash, and Judy Knapp.
And so I finally work up the nerve to ask her out.
The more you buy, the more you save.
So I said, hey, you want to go out and get some coffee? And she gives me this killer smile and says, not in this lifetime. But I had a really quick comeback. I just grin and go, okay.
The Close Time Buy More, Save More sale ends April 21st. Offer excludes clearance items and accessories.
Nothing comes close to the road trip of 65.
Get your stinky feet off me!
Niagara Falls, the Statue of Liberty, Lincoln Memorial, and the
Gateway to save at Tire America, where you'll find Michelin, Goodyear, Pirelli, Dunlop, BF.
Good thing the old wagon had air conditioning.
Get your stinky feet off me!
Yeah, Dad must have snapped 1,000 pictures of
Tire America's low price guarantee on every tire and
every gift shop from here to Yellowstone. Boy, what an incredible opportunity to
save on Michelin XW4 performance radios from just $29.99 during Tire America's once-in-a-lifetime
experience. It's the road.
It's America.
The roads of America begin at Tire America. So watch your mailbox for Tire America's unbeatable savings on the best selection of brand name tires anywhere.
The roads of America begin at Tire America.
He's bad. Max Matson.
Hello, this is the doctor. Oh, hello, Max Matson. What is it now, most affordable Ford dealer? What? You're on the eve of destruction? You mean the edge of construction. They're tearing up the street in front of your used car sales centers. And you're afraid it's keeping people from Chicagoland's finest used car and truck selection. So what will you do, Grand Poobah? Tear up prices to encourage buyers to overcome this hardship and take advantage of these incredible deals. Sounds to me like you've taken a negative and accentuated the positive. Max Manson, you might be mad at bad, but you're not crazy.
He's mad, he's bad, but you'll be glad when you meet Mad Max Matson. He's mad, he's bad, Max Matson.
Max Matson Ford, 4400 South Archer at Kedzie in Chicago. For the moment, hard to get to, but Max will make it well worth your trouble.
Hi, I'm Dave Thomas, founder of Wendy's. Ever since Ernesto the Incredible contacted me about Wendy's bacon mushroom melt using only his mind, a lot of other people have been trying to do it too.
Dave?
So if you haven't been able to get through, please be patient.
Oh, Dave!
Everybody's been raving about the sandwich. The 3 strips of bacon and mushrooms and the cheddar cheese sauce makes it hard to resist.
Dave, can you hear me?
Wait, one's coming through now.
Dave, it's me, Charlie. Listen, who do you like in the 7th race?
Beats me.
Wait, here's another telepathic message to Dave. This one from White Sox shortstop Ozzie Guillen. It says, free Sox ticket at Wendy's. Hold it, here's more details. Biggie size a Wendy's bacon mushroom melt combo or any combo for just 39 cents extra. And Wendy's will give you a voucher for a free White Sox ticket. Good for any home game May 7th through June 25th. Imagine, that means you get great Biggie fries, a Biggie drink, and a free White Sox ticket for just 39 cents extra. Thanks for that message, Ozzie. And, no, Dave can't tell if you'll hit a home run tomorrow. Over and out at participating Wendy's for a limited time.
Here comes the All right, William Shatner, Captain Kirk is coming up, the cast of MST3K, and I don't know, a bunch more. Gimp, and your calls, of course, 591-4600. You're an important part of the show to me. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
Thought I was going to get turned instead of this loser. What's going on, Gimp?
Well, I got kicked out.
Why?
Well, people were complaining. So I was asking people to help me. No one would help me.
Help you wipe?
No one would help me wipe. Because I'm here big old sticky.
That's hilarious.
I'm in a big sticky.
Wait a minute. Did you make a stinky in your diaper? In your Depends, your adult diaper?
No.
What happened, Gimp? What happened?
Well, I was sitting on the stool, you see, and the big stinky came out. And the guy would help me wipe.
A guy was helping you wipe?
I said, no.
Oh, God. All right. Go find another restroom, man. Oh, my God. Oh.
You've noticed the ears. They're actually easy to explain. He caught his head in a mechanical rice picker. I'm a doctor, not an engineer.
What am I, a doctor or a moon shuttle conductor? I'm a doctor, not a bricklayer.
Keep saying that. Are you a doctor, aren't you?
If I push these impulse engines too hard in the condition they're in, they'll blow apart.
Fascinating. I've never seen him look so happy. Shut up!
Too much of anything, Lieutenant, even love, isn't necessarily a good thing. I can't change the laws of physics.
Fascinating.
He's dead, Jim.
He's dead, Jim.
You recognize that voice?
Yeah.
What an honor. One of my idols, folks. This is a big day for me. I don't know. I think probably for a lot of us on this show. Ladies and gentlemen, William Shatner.
Yeah.
man.
That's 3 people.
No, there's a big crew. Everybody.
3 people applauded.
There we go.
Oh my gosh, that is really a lot of people in there.
There we go. Mr. Shatner, how are you?
I'm really good. They call me Bill. If I can call you Mancow.
You can call me Mancow, and I would be delighted to call you Bill.
Good.
A friend of mine, a guy named Bob Mervis, who you went to Israel with.
Yes.
On a big trip. Do you remember your big trip to Israel?
Yeah, sure do. Never forget it.
Do you remember Bob Mervis?
Very well.
You signed a picture to Mancow.
I certainly did.
And I've got that hanging in my office. It's one of my prized possessions. Thank you.
Well, thank you for asking.
Well, let me tell you something. I was thinking about this interview, okay?
Yeah.
Let me give you a little setup here.
Yeah.
I thought about playing Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, which everybody's done. I could have made a joke about the hair or, oh, my God, you've gained weight and you're getting older, right?
Well, all those things are true.
But why do people have to tease you about that? It pisses me off.
Well, good. You should be pissed off because you're not pissed off enough.
Why does it piss you off, Mr. Shatner?
Why does it piss me off?
I'm sorry. That's so hard for me to call him Bill.
I know.
Well, then call me Mr. Shatner. I mean, whatever's easy.
I mean, you guys have been doing. You did Star Trek for a lot of years. You're older. Why is that such a big joke to everybody?
Well, I don't know whether it's a joke. It's not a joke to me.
Yeah.
But what can I tell you? I'm suffering from encroaching years.
Are you sick of it, though? Are you sick of the jokes?
I'm not really. The jokes, I don't hear the jokes too much. You're hearing them more than I do.
Well, you made the jokes when you were on SNL. When you were on Saturday Night Live, you kind of made the jokes.
Oh, I make jokes, yeah. I mean, everybody gets old. Everybody gets... But I'm not old.
You make fun of yourself.
Yeah.
And the whole Captain Kirk thing. Did you forget the name Captain Kirk on Conan the other night?
No.
When you were...
No, I had a sentence which involved 2 captains.
Uh-huh.
I had to think of which captain came first, you know.
Uh-huh. At O'Hare Airport.
But that was funny.
It was funny. You go, that guy played on Star Trek. Yeah. It made me smile. At O'Hare Airport, I picked up a book a few days ago, and I have not read it. It's called Resurrection.
Yes, and The Return, you mean?
Yes. Oh, excuse me, The Return. And it's written by you.
Yes.
And Captain Kirk is not dead, as we found out in the last Star Trek.
My speculation in The Return is what would have happened if Captain Kirk was alive. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's doing very well. It's on the bestseller list, and I think that The Return is a good book. And if anybody's interested in reading a Star Trek novel, that's good fun. Your audience will enjoy it.
I wept when he died.
You wept when he died?
When your character died.
Well,
and
both of us wept.
Yeah, at the end of Movie Memories.
Yeah.
When you talk about that, I kind of felt like an important part of my life. I mean, I've grown up. I'm 28 years old. But
you're a callow youth, are you, man?
Yes. But I felt like, man, Captain Kirk's dead. Just a big part of pop culture. It was very sad for me.
Well,
he's like thinking, what a loser.
You know, Bill, are you just amazed at how some people are just so into this, the whole Star Trek thing? Some people are just so into this. Like the woman who was a juror in the Whitewater hearings.
Yeah.
She was blown out because she went to court every day wearing a Trekkie uniform.
I guess it gave her a sense of importance. I can't fathom that, but it's part of an ongoing thing right now. With The Return out on the book stands, there's Ashes of Eden, which is predates The Return, is in pocketbook form, and Man of War is another book that's out on the book stands. I've got 3 books on the book stands now, and all that because Star Trek existed for me these many years ago.
Right.
So although Star Trek continues to be in your consciousness, it's less and less in mine, but the influence of Star Trek for me in being able to, for a publisher to ask me to write a book, is there, and my life continues in many other facets other than Star Trek, but because Star Trek gave it life.
And you're in a new computer game, is this correct? With oh God, I can't even think of his name. I'm so starstruck here, man.
Well, let me help you. There is a Tech War computer game out there,
right,
based on the series that I wrote and was in.
I thought your comic books, I have an autographed comic book from you as well for Tech War.
Mancow, you're a little sick, I think, but you can't be helped.
You, Bill.
But the point being that all those things I've been given life by the fact that many years ago I was doing Star Trek. Right now, this coming weekend, there's a charity horse show here in Los Angeles. The theme of which is Star Trek Goes Country, and I've invited a lot of Star Trek people, and the horse show spins off tens of thousands of dollars for children's charities. So there are many facets of Star Trek that you wouldn't be aware of, you couldn't be aware of, that for me are not Star Trek, but something else.
You get to use it as a conduit to do other really big things.
That's exactly right.
I love the story in your book, Movie Memories, where he's sitting here, he's like eating pork and beans out of a can, and he's in a trailer behind a dinner theater, and just not having a good life. He's having trouble making ends meet. And all of a sudden, he becomes very aware that Star Trek is not dead. And they're going to be doing movies, and a kid comes up to him. That whole story, you know what I'm talking about?
Sure.
The kid on the bike, and he's saying, "Hey, it's Captain Kirk," and he's going, "Wait, what? Oh yeah, I played Captain Kirk a few years ago." But this guy had totally moved on with his life. I mean, he was on. This guy's been on every show, he was Airplane 2, Loaded Weapon. Remember those? Those were very funny. You have a great sense of humor.
Well, thank you. That is the point, though. Life has gone on for me, and if you enjoyed Star Trek, that's great. You know,
Rescue 911.
Rescue 911
TJ Hooker when Heather Locklear just had hair.
Oh, Heather Locklear. Yes. Did you nail her, Bill?
Only to the cross.
Rescue 911, the easiest. How about Adrian Zemed? Did you nail him? No. Rescue 911, your easiest paycheck.
Adrian's a Chicago person.
Yeah, he's here all the time. He's always doing some kind of musical and begging to be on this show. Rescue 911, an easy paycheck.
Easy paycheck, but a very wonderful show. Saved several hundred lives while it was being filmed. I mean, it's in syndication now, but we must have saved that we know of 300-400 lives.
Yeah.
People who learned how to do CPR by watching the show.
What happened? Did an elephant crap on you?
Did an elephant crap on me? Yes. An elephant nearly crapped on me.
What's the story on that? I know. I read something in TV Guide where everybody was getting up at this convention and telling these stories, and everybody was crying, and they were talking about how Next Generation and the movie Generations was wonderful, and Deep Sleep 9 and all of these shows, and you get up and say, yeah, well, let me tell you a story. What's the story?
Well, I was in Africa, and an elephant, and we were camped out, and an elephant came by. I was in a thatched hut and started eating the roof, the thatch. And I stepped out and not knowing what it was, and there was this huge, magnificent, monumental bulk. And I thought, my God, it's an elephant. It's regal. It's majestic. And then it raised what I thought was its trunk, and I realized I was standing at the wrong end. And it dumped.
Oh, boy.
It's an exciting life you lead, Mr. Shatner.
I think that the next line is what and leave show business.
Yeah. And one other thing that was in the, I believe it's out of the paper this morning. You tried to use. I mean, come on, you have to use your celebrity once in a while, and you used the fact that you were Captain Kirk and it just kind of backfired on you. Your car broke down.
My car broke down.
Are you aware of this story, or is this complete garbage?
This may be an invention of somebody. What happened?
Is that right? There's a story in the paper today, and I can send it to you out of the Chicago Sun-Times, where your car breaks down, and nobody would stop for you.
Right.
So you said to somebody, "I'm Captain Kirk. It's me." Because nobody recognized you. They were just driving past you. And the lady said, according to the paper, stuck up her middle finger and said, "Beam this up."
It's a better story than what happened. But that's basically it wasn't a car. I was hitchhiking. I had to get someplace, and my car. Well, I got lost, is what it was. But that's true. Somebody stuck their thing and beam this up. That was really funny. They must have attended a joke session that I was in or something. Yeah.
Do you like the conventions, or do they annoy you?
Well, when I go to the conventions, there's a purpose involved, publicizing this book, for example, The Return and Ashes of Eden and Man of War. So I have a purpose in mind, but at the same time, it's exhilarating as an actor to stand in front of thousands of people
who love you.
Well, they do that, I guess, and ad lib a comedy routine for an hour and a half. I came back from England last week. I played Albert Hall for 2 evenings to 6,000 to 8,000 people each evening.
Wow.
Making a total of about 16,000 people at Albert Hall, the legendary Albert Hall, where Puccini had trod, and Winston Churchill. Sure. I was on the same boards. So the conventions can be exhilarating.
And I got to see you in San Jose when you were with Leonard Nimoy.
That was fun.
Yeah. In fact, that's been released on video now. Isn't it out on video?
I'm not sure.
My God. The things you've been connected with. So there you are. It's in the Smithsonian Institute. Some Star Trek merchandise. You'll live on way past your years. Is that a good feeling? I mean, you are part of American history.
I won't be around. When I live on past my years, I won't be around. It's living into my years that I'm dealing with. Which is, and contrary to what you suggest, I'm
you don't care about that. You want to enjoy it right now.
I feel, I'm in great shape.
Okay. Well, what I meant was, it must be nice to know you're part of something that will live on way after.
No, I understood what you meant, and I thank you for that. Yeah.
Do you sit back and watch some of your old work at all? I mean, some of the old movies, or
do you watch the old movies?
No. I forget. Not only do I not watch them, if I catch a glimpse of them, I can't remember what it's all about.
Which one was the best one? Do you remember? Do you have any recall of which one you would have liked the best? Would it have been 5 because you directed it?
5. Oh, you mean the movies of Star Trek? Yeah. Well, I mean, I had more fun on the 5. I got to be responsible for everything, but the movies had been a great occasion. A group of people who hadn't seen each other for so long would meet and have fun and make a story and go on for another few years.
Is DeForest Kelley just the nicest person on the planet who played Dr. McCoy?
He probably is the nicest person on the planet.
He is a great guy. We've had him on the show many times. Yeah, he says great things about you.
He's wonderful. He's wonderful. He's a good friend of mine. Leonard Nimoy is one of my best friends. Right. I've made some lifetime friendships on the show.
Okay. Now I want to ask you something else, because I have stuck up for you several times on this show.
Okay.
And if you don't want to comment, I would certainly understand. But we've had on Scotty, James Doohan.
Yeah.
And also George Takei.
Yeah.
Both promoting books.
Yeah.
And both bad-mouthing you in a bad way, and it offended me. It bothered me.
Yeah.
What I sensed, and maybe you don't want to talk about this, but what I sensed is jealousy. Why do they have to badmouth you? Is that the only reason that these minor characters will get noticed on TV?
Perhaps.
Or sell books?
My thought is, these guys I've known for 30 years. If you know somebody that long, you got to love them, and love them despite their faults, and I do. And whatever they've said, I'm sure they don't mean.
But it's got to hurt your feelings that they're saying this in order to sell books.
Well, it's been so long. I mean, really, who cares? You know. There are other things. There's Mancow and Chicago and books to
there
write.
You go. I love more Tech War books coming.
Tech War books all the time. Yeah. There's a regular audience for it. Tech Kill is out there. Tech Money. But the books that I'd love your audience to think about is The Return, which is 4th on the bestseller list this week, and Man of War is a wonderfully entertaining book, and Ashes of Eden is in paperback. Ashes of Eden and The Return are part of a trilogy of Star Trek books that I was asked to write. So Ashes of Eden is about the search for the eternal youth, and The Return is exactly that. Captain Kirk returns to stalk Captain Picard. And the third book will be interesting as well. But
Kirk could destroy Picard, and I'm telling you something. Let me tell you something, Mr. Shatner. Excuse me, Bill, as you want me to call you. I sat there and I watched the way that all of you worked at the beginning of Generations, okay, the movie, and I went, my God, and it clicked along, and the timing, and the eyebrows, and just everything, you know, all the nuances as an actor. The timing was so good, and when you were on with, because you come off on the screen, you're such a powerhouse actor, and such a swashbuckler. You know what I mean? And I don't know that this new cast is going to be able to carry movies.
Well,
I think they cashed in the old cast way too soon. I think you guys had a lot more movies in you. I really do.
Let's see what happens. They're awfully good. The Next Generation. They're awfully good.
Will Kirk return?
I don't know. That's not up to me.
How does he live? I own your book. Tell me a little bit, and we'll sell some here. How does he live? How is it he's alive? Come on, he was crushed.
The enemy of the Next Generation was the Borg.
Yes.
And the Borg take the body and resurrect it and set him in motion
with mechanics.
To kill Captain Picard.
That's intense.
Oh, man, that is intense. I am rushing home to read it. It is called The Return. I picked it up at O'Hare. It's available everywhere. Number 4 on the bestseller list.
And Man of War is out there, too. It's a diplomat, the first diplomat on Mars. And it's a very interesting story about how a colony reaches its independence.
Thanks for everything over the years. I've certainly enjoyed your work.
Thank you for having me, Mancow. It's a pleasure to talk to you.
Before I say goodbye, one question that is driving me nuts.
Another one?
Yes. I got years worth of questions here. Lee Remick is in a dumbwaiter and being terrorized by a killer, and you're her friend. It used to come on all the time, the Creature feature late at night. What was that movie called?
God, I don't know.
You were in it.
Yeah, but I mean, if I asked you about a show you did...
She's being terrorized in a hospital.
I don't know. When you find out, call me.
Okay. William Shatner!
Thank you. Awesome.
All right. Unbelievable.
Love him.
Man, that was a treat for me.
WRCX, Chicago. Rock 103.5.
I am the captain of the Starship Enterprise.
Captain Kirk, this is Spock. Please step on the transporter.
Dilithium crystals hit by Klingon missiles. No!
I'm a doctor. Not an actor.
Not a milkman.
What does that mean?
And I'm sorry, he's dead, Jim.
Photon torpedo. Lieutenant Uhura, open hailing frequencies.
Yes, Captain Kirk, opening hailing frequencies, sir.
Phasers on stun. Chekhov raise deflector shield. Beam us up, Mr. Scott. Sulu, go to warp.
Warp 4, sir.
No! Warp 4 is way too slow.
Warp 5, sir.
I'm sorry, that's too slow.
Warp 6, sir.
That still is too damn slow.
Warp 7.
Still is too damn slow.
Warp 8.
Still is too damn slow.
Too damn slow!
No. Mr. Chekhov. I am firing torpedo.
That will not work and would be illogical to me.
Captain Sloan, stardate OU-812. In orbit around the planet Graviton 12, I've noticed the Enterprise has developed a forward tilt. Mr. Sulu.
Aye, sir.
Check your course. We're pointing toward the planet's surface.
Aye. The ship's not responding, Captain. I can't bring her nose up.
Spock.
Fascinating. One may logically assume our enormous combined weights have made us most front-heavy.
Captain, we're sinking in orbit very, very fast. Re-entry, T-minus 30 seconds.
Take us away, Mr. Sulu. Warp 9.
Aye, sir.
Engage, Mr. Sulu.
Aye, I'm trying, Captain, but she's too heavy.
20 seconds.
Scotty.
I'm on lunch break, sir.
I need power.
Aye, sir. I've got some Romulan baked beans before me to keep you running for days.
No, ship's power, man.
It'll take time, Captain.
For what?
For me to squeeze through the engineering room door.
10 seconds.
Dr. McCoy, help Scotty squeeze.
He's dead weight, Jim. Anyway, I'm a doctor, not a jar of Vaseline.
5 seconds.
All right, everyone, stand up and aerobicize.
Nice.
Shed those bounce. 3.
Stop, man.
4. Come on, Spot.
Jim, your blood pressure.
Bounce, join it.
No, I won't do it. Hey, Jim, I'm a doctor, not Richard Simmons.
All right, we're going to have the one of the most requested things we've ever done. We are going to have the lost episode of Star Trek coming up.
Oh, cool.
The gay episode.
I love that one. That is
What did you think of William Shatner, guys?
For one thing, I feel much the way you do. He's one of my heroes, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I absolutely love Star Trek.
I love those movies. I don't really like the old TV show. I love the movies.
I love the old TV show, too, and I love the movies are incredible, especially, too. You and I sat and watched that movie and had a great time.
Isn't it true that everybody we've had on, and I could have named more, I didn't want to hurt his feelings, everybody we have on, all the people like Spock, and we've had Leonard Nimoy on, or Bones. No, listen to what I'm saying. The main characters always say he's a great guy.
Oh.
But then it's like when George Takei, who was Sulu, who sucked, right? When he has a book out or something like, then they badmouth him because it sells books. Yeah. And I was just sitting here thinking, I mean, can you imagine if Turd had a book?
Oh, man.
The bastard ran me in a wall and had me putting retarded guys on toilets. Phone Girl's book. All I do is answer phones. He's an ogre. You know? They're just a bunch of little guys trying to get some attention. That's what it was.
Yeah.
He was nicer than I thought he would be.
He was, you know what, because I've seen him in person, and Mr. Shatner's not that nice of a person.
He can be a stroke. I've heard that.
He can, but, I mean, he was very cool, and I love the guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan like you guys are, but yeah, he was really cool. I like the fact that he's just laid back. He's like, yeah, I've done all this.
You know something?
I'm moving on. Yeah,
Freak.
Cool. Yeah.
You are the Sulu of this show. Nobody really cares. You think so?
Wait till I write a pamphlet.
You know, it's no wonder. It's no wonder the Enterprise was always lost. Sulu was Japanese.
Oh man! What's happening?
It's Fahrenheit Friday at the Palatine Hobnob. Ladies, cash in on how hot you score. Win up to $120, plus dollar drinks and dollar Miller bottles for everyone. Fahrenheit Friday at the Palatine Hobnob this Friday. At Shadows, dollar drinks and dollar bottles Friday. No catch, dollar drinks and dollar bottles, and get in free before 10 p.m. this Friday with the best rock and retro dance music at Shadows next to Lincoln Village. At the Southside Powerhouse, Extremes in the Rock Room live, Face Value and Cinema Friday. Then Infinity Saturday. Extremes, 3 clubs under one roof, rock, dance, and sports at 159th and Central, Oak Forest. This is Steve Cronin. For more What's Happening information, call the new Starbeat What's Happening line, brought to you by Cellular One. From any Chicago or suburban area code, just dial our new What's Happening number, 591-4000. 591-4000.
Hey, this is Turd from Mancow's Morning Madhouse. And ever since I branded our engineer with that branding iron just to get him to try Basics Insurance, I've been getting a lot of letters, outside of the ones from the Humane Society. Elaine Jones from Berwyn writes, Dear Turd, I'm glad I listened to you about Basics Insurance. All the people at Basics treated me like a friend. Basics gave me a quote that beat any other major insurance company. They even suggested I go on a payment plan, which has made my life a lot easier for my family. Thanks, Elaine, for the letter. But if you ever change your mind, I'll keep that branding iron hot for you. This is Turd from Mancow's Morning Madhouse. Keep up the cards and letters, and remember to call Basics.
Get back to basics. Call for a free quote at 1-800-222-4BIG. That's 1-800-222-4244.
And remember, a call to Basics will feel a lot better than this branding iron.
Most times you have chicken. It's fried or boiled or baked. But at Bertucci's, they thought of a special something to do with chicken. They make a pizza out of it. What else? Anyway, Silano, this month's limited edition pizza. Like a slice of heaven. They grill the chicken. Take broccoli sauteed just enough to make a crunch. And all over this pizza, they put lots of mozzarella. Then a lemon cream sauce. So smooth, like the face of a baby. The brick oven, it does the rest. Your mouth, it waters at the very sight of this pizza. Let me tell you, this is not how your mama made chicken. Well, not unless she's Mrs. Bertucci's. Bertucci's, food does not lie.
Hungry for the authentic taste of Italian cuisine? Looking for brick oven pizza like the kind they make in Italy? Head for the brand new Bertucci's at 1261 East Higgins Road, just west of Meacham. Come in or call for carryout at 330-8900.
Kings of the Blues were a product of a legendary place called the Delta. It still influences artists miles away. Likewise, Budweiser, the king of beers, owes its unmistakable crispness to rice from Louisiana, Arkansas, and Mississippi. The distinctive ones never forget where they came from. This Bud's for you. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Turd, here comes the turd. All right, where is he, the human stink bomb? Turd!
Oh, Mancow, how you doing? This is Turd Mancow Mobile 1.
Put the Gimp on the phone.
This is brutal,
Put the
man.
Gimp on the phone.
All right, here we go.
Okay, he's got the retarded Gimp in the wheelchair out with him. Hello? Pick up the phone, dumbass.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, okay. So you were sitting on the toilet and somebody was ready to wipe you. What happened?
They just walked out, man. They walked the water star.
Did Turd put your pants back on?
Yeah.
This may be Turd's greatest job yet. What we were trying to do, because we're talking about the anatomy of hate. There's a lot of hate going on in America. So...
Well, sir.
Yeah.
This guy's calling John all over himself. I'm taking him home.
No, let me talk to him.
I'm serious.
No. You've gotten off easy.
I've been with this guy all
That's
day.
a crock, Mancow. This guy's gotten off so easy the last week or two. He hasn't done crap. You haven't been doing anything. You haven't been doing anything. Don't let him off, Mancow. Don't let him off at all.
Put the Gimp on the phone.
Don't you do it, dude.
I'm here. I'm right here,
Man.
All right, there's the Gimp.
I say
Talking about hate today. What?
Man, just make Turd do it. Make Turd wipe him right now. This is ridiculous. This is going to end. This guy's gotten off so easy.
Hold on just a minute. Hold on.
Man.
Hold on.
Piss me off.
Easy, Steve.
Man.
We wanted to see if there was any, good people left. So here's a guy that's severely crippled and sitting in a wheelchair, the drool dripping off of his lips. And want to see if somebody would take him out of his wheelchair, move him into the stall, put him on the toilet, pull down his pants, and then finish up for him. Gimp?
Yes, sir.
We got almost there. We almost gave somebody the $103.
Yeah, no.
Dude, is it hard for you to, is it hard for you to relieve yourself?
Probably, yes, sir.
Oh, man.
Wipe yourself. Always front to back. Carefully.
Don't forget the crack. All right. Hey, Gimp.
Yes, sir.
Gimp.
Yes, sir.
Are you sitting in something right now? Are you sitting in something?
No, we're going to another bathroom, I think.
No. Are you dirty right now? Do you need changing, baby boy?
Yeah, I do.
Okay,
man.
let me talk to Turd.
All right.
Steve, we got to help this guy out.
I'm taking this guy out of here.
No. You're not taking anybody out of there.
Right.
You know what you're going to do, Southside Bad Boy? You're going to wipe. Play that song again. Cue that sucker up. You're going to wipe.
Hold on. Hold on. You're not talking like that.
Wait a minute.
You're not talking like that. Calm down, everybody. Now, Turd. No. You listen to me for a minute. No, you listen to me for a minute. Did he say? Oh, he said sitting. I hope. As healthy as you.
Yes, I did, but that doesn't give him the right.
Now listen to me.
Yes, I did.
Listen to me. Turd.
What?
Listen to this song.
Wipe.
Thank you.
You need to wipe him.
I had to.
Just do it, Turd.
You need to wipe
Just
him.
do it now. Just do it.
He's got these things hanging off him. It's unreal.
Hey, Turd, get there. Come on, baby.
Yeah. I don't want to run through dogs.
Start a what?
Turd, you need to take him back into the bathroom and clean him up.
I got him right by his gas station. If I bring him, I'm just dropping him off as is. I'm telling you right now, man, I don't get paid enough to wipe.
Wipe yourself. Always front to
forget the crack.
Okay.
I say you deep six him. You deep six him if he doesn't do it. This proves what he does for this show.
Yeah, I'm your buddy. Yeah, right. I'm your pal.
Yeah.
Turd.
What?
Let me talk to the gimp.
I'm bringing him back.
No, let me talk to him.
I'm bringing him back. You guys want to smart us? I'm bringing him back.
Let me talk to him. I can't believe you're being so selfish.
You are selfish. You don't do crap for this show.
No, that's obviously.
Everything Mancow does for Turd. That's ridiculous.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Gimp.
Yes.
If he doesn't wipe you, I want you to make sure I know, and I'm going to fire him.
For real?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
No, don't fire him.
You have to bring back proof in a bag. Bring back proof. Turd's got to bring it back on his hands. That's how we have to
stop
know.
that. Hey, Gimp. Gimp, look over at Turd and say, wipe me.
Turd. Please wipe me. No, I'm not wiping you.
My bathroom is a private kind of place.
Just take him into the bathroom. It'll be nice.
Very special kind of place. The only place where I can stay, making faces at my face. Wipe yourself, always front to back.
He better do it. Dan, hello. Dan.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
You're not going to even put me on the air?
Yeah. Jackass, you're on the radio right now.
Oh, get out of here. Anyway, I have to say that what you said this morning is just completely uncalled for. I don't know why that you have to go into specific detail and make jokes and songs about people who die. I'll be honest, I'm not going to be rude. I'm not going to swear at you. I'm not going to get upset because that's not how I am. And you deserve respect as another human being.
Wait a minute. Now, wait a minute. You let me say something here, okay? Let me say something here. This is an unbelievable story to me. You're talking about a little girl. You're talking about I assume that's what he's talking about. Is that what he's talking about, Irma?
He's upset about your making fun of Jessica.
You're talking about a 7-year-old child that was put in the cockpit of a plane, and I am the only guy that has the nats to get on and say that that was complete evil. You don't, sir, and you listen to me, you don't put a child behind the wheel of a plane. Am I making fun of him? Is it making you sick? We've already discussed this. I've done my job. Dan, if you're pissed off, you should be. But you shouldn't be pissed off at some guy on the radio. Your anger is misdirected. You should be pissed off at the family that killed that child, that a system allowed that to happen. You should be pissed off about that. Not me. I'm just a commentator, all right? That's all I am. Makes me sick. You're talking about a little 7-year-old put in a plane. And all of these air traffic controllers, this flight instructor, everybody looked away because this was the story of an over-demanding father who pushed his kid into it. She was several weeks away from her 8th birthday. That's why they went through it. That's why they took off in the driving rain. It wasn't about a little girl. It was about a dad who was an egomaniac. At 7 years old, you shouldn't be flying planes or driving trains or driving the space shuttle or riding a chicken. And if you can't see that that what I'm doing is lampooning and that what I'm doing is, it's called parody, sir. Look up parody, look up lampooning in a dictionary, and call me back. Call me back after you get educated, okay? I'm not making fun of a little girl. Do I want a little girl's death? No. What kind of a monster do you think I am? I cried and I wept when I heard that story. And I can look at her picture and say, my God, what a beautiful little girl and what a shame. But while everybody else is playing this soft music and showing the airplane in slow motion, I'm the guy saying, what the hell was a 7-year-old doing flying? It's sick.
I'm only 7, my dad's a pain. Jessica better fly that plane, fly that aeroplane. Watch that river go down the drain. Jessica's gonna fly that plane, Jessica's aeroplane.
And now, little Jessica in heaven.
Daddy, look! I've got wings. I can fly now. I'm in heaven. Whee!
Okay, it's sick. It's a sick story, and if it makes you sick, I've done my job. Hello, Paula. What's going on?
Hi, Mancow. I just want to make a point, too, that that my dad made to me last night about as I was bashing Jessica's mother.
Mm-hmm.
When I was 9 years old, I wanted to go hunting with my dad.
Okay.
And my dad, he taught me, you know, outside, but then he wanted to send me to classes, and we went to classes, and I went hunting with him, and nothing happened. But if I was to shoot somebody, you would have the media down on my father saying that how could someone send their daughter with a gun?
Yeah.
So I believe now that my dad made this point to me is that she wanted to do this.
Did you start off with a gun, or did you start off with a little BB gun first?
No, it was a gun.
Oh, well, he's insane. I'm sorry.
But I did very well.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted to do, and I wanted to stress the point.
Well, thank God nothing happened, you know, and I wish we were today talking about how Jessica had made the trip and everything was wonderful. But I still would be saying it was wrong for a 7-year-old to make that trip. It was wrong for a father to push a 7-year-old into trying to break a record so that their family name could get in some Guinness book.
How do you know he pushed her? I mean, I went to my dad and said...
From what I've read.
Okay.
From what I've read.
I just had to...
Wait. Hold on, Paula.
Okay.
Paula, from what I've read, and have you not seen, have you had your TV on at all?
Yes.
Okay, have you seen the footage where the father says, I went to Jessica and I said, hey, Jessica, would you like to break the record? And she thought about it for a few days and she came and said, Daddy, yes. Come on, a 7-year-old doesn't say, you know what, I want to break the record held by that 8-year-old boy. Where do you think that idea came from? You know, this is a little girl that was pushed too far. Let's go to Bob and Crete. Hello, Bob.
Hey, how you doing, man?
What's up, man?
Hey, I got a comment about what William Shatner was saying about Rescue 911.
Yes.
There's a whole lot more that goes on out there than everybody sees on the TV. It's fantastic. I'm a medic, and I was on a call, and I picked up this guy, and I almost made it on that show. I saved this guy's life.
You weren't good enough looking, were you?
No, not at all. I'm ugly.
Yeah, you're ugly. They put you on.
Yeah.
Bob, it's true. You know, my nieces and nephews, for some reason, I don't know why people like that show. I don't like it, but...
it's real.
It's real.
Yep.
I got to be honest with you. They know how to call 911 and how to do different things because of that TV show. That show has saved lives. But, God, what an easy paycheck.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the guy talks for 2 minutes and he gets $1 million a week for that.
Yep.
Jay, hello.
Yeah, what's happening, Mancow?
What's up, Jay?
You were talking about, hatred and everything in America.
Today we're exploring hatred in America. Yes, sir.
Big unfortunate thing.
Yeah.
There's these people, they're in the militias and everything, and they say, oh, it's black and white. Blacks hate whites, whites hate blacks. I don't think so.
Can I tell you something? I think that's what a lot of people try to make it.
Right.
I don't think these freemen are racist, and I don't think the guy in Ruby Ridge was a racist. I'll tell you what I think it is. It's people who are fed up with this big government. They're sick of, no matter who we elect, these politicians continue to sell us out. These are people that want to get away from the government, and they have moved out.
Right.
And now they're painted as wackos.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I think there's a lot about our government to be sick of, and I think a big chunk of it for most of us was yesterday.
Oh, yeah.